Hello, everybody. How you all doing? Right, so I hope the signal is going to last here, and I hope that we're going to be able to do the session tonight. So, let's see if anybody comes online. I would love to connect with you all. So, I'm in Namibia. I'm doing some work in Namibia. So, I'm in the hotel bedroom doing the readings. So if it looks a little bit different and a little bit weird, that is why I am in Namibia doing some readings from here. So I truly, truly, truly hope that the Wi-Fi holds out and we're able to do some readings tonight. So it's lovely as always to connect with you. So I'm not sure how you're doing. Yeah, so if you're coming online now and you see that it looks a little bit weird and a little bit different, that's because I'm in Namibia. And I'm doing the readings from Namibia tonight. So here I am. It's impossible to make a hotel room look anything more than a hotel room looks like. So, right, so we're going to connect in. We're going to do some weekly, the readings for everybody this week, and then we'll do some personal readings. There is a lot going on at the moment. July is like this, it's like this storm of energy. So, it really is. Everything is up for renegotiation. There's a lot of miscommunication happening. There's a lot of transformation happening. There's a lot of possibility happening. So if you're finding yourself feeling like you're caught in a little bit of a whirlwind at the moment, well, you're smack bang in the right place. So let me know if that's how you are feeling. So if you're online and you would like to share this message out with others, that would be awesome. So please send it out to the groups, share it out. So let's start with the crystals. So like I said, I'm in Namibia, so I don't have all my stuffies with me, all my paraphernalia with me. So I normally would draw a crystal card, and I don't have that. But the crystal that has come forward at this point in time is clear quartz. I have a piece here somewhere. Where did I put it? It's a piece of clear quartz that I have with me. Yes. Oh, look at that. Look at that mountain in there. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, clear quartz. There's a key. It's got this beautiful mountain in it. So clear quartz, you can see it there. It's like a phantom. So clear quartz is one of the most amazing crystals. It carries codes. It's there for amplification, and most importantly, the thing we're dealing with energetically is the reason clear quartz has come forward tonight is clarity. What needs to be made clear? Where are you struggling to see things for what it is? Know what needs to be faced. Clear quartz helps us with almost like a mirror, like this magical way of just seeing things for what it is. And 80% of healing anything is seeing it. Once we can see something, we can face it. Once we can see something, we can own it. Once we can see something, it can be transformed. So the ability to see, the ability to honor and notice something is a really, really, really important thing. I mean, clarity requires a profound amount of courage. The interesting thing that happens for most of us is most of us love to live in the illusion. We love to live in an illusion. We're very good at deluding ourselves. We can only see what we need to see when we're ready to see it. And that's why to be able to accept anything, to be able to surrender, to be able to grow, to be able to hear requires courage. The courage to face what needs to be seen. And you probably can think of people in your life where they're like, can they not just see it? Can they not just see it? And you're like, it's so obvious. But to them, it's not. And so that's why at this point in time, as we kind of move into we're kind of moving out of full moon, and we've got Mercury, we've got all these planets in retrograde, we're going into the Lion's Gates portal. All these things are like, face the truth, get clear. What do you need to see? And so that's why clear quartz has come forward tonight. What do you need to see? What's within? What's within? Yeah. Right. So let's do the weekly message and see what comes up. So let's see what the What our guides would like to tell us, as always, there's going to be 3 cards. Oh, they are playing around. I don't like being shuffled in Namibia. Like I said, I really hope that this signal holds us for us to be able to do this. Please share out. Please ask, send out these messages to others. It's a time where there's more and more people needed to get exposed to light work and what is going on in the world at the moment. Right. So 3 cards. What do we need to pay attention to this week? So this is like a universal message for everybody who happens to find this reading. What do we need to pay attention to this week? It's the first card. What support is available for us this week is the second card. And what opportunities exist for us this week is the third card. Right, let us see. So here we go. Card number 1, card number 2, and card. Shannon says, kite serving the cosmic wave through it all. All right, so let us have a look. Okay, so the cards come forward in terms of what do we need to pay attention to this week. Remember, I said to you the clear cords would come forward as the crystal for clarity. The card that's come forward is turn and face anything you are avoiding. Turn and face anything you are avoiding. All right, we have a look at this card, if I can keep it still. You can see like this huge wave. This wave that is coming. Now, it could be a wave that's parting and it could be a wave that's coming. And so we get this card, turn and face anything you are avoiding. It really is about paying attention to the things you don't want to see. Avoidance is this very interesting energy of the mind. It's like anything we don't want to talk about, anything we don't want to face, things that we don't want to deal with are still there. They're still there. They don't go away just because we don't want to see them. So how do we start having the courage? And I really spoke about this with the crystal already. How do we start having the courage to face what needs to be faced? So when you think about something in your life, let's think about finances or a relationship or work, or your purpose, or your home, or your lifestyle, or your health, whatever it is, what's the thing you don't want to do? What's the thing you don't want to talk about? What's the thing that you don't want to own? Yeah? Because of shame or embarrassment or not knowing what to do, or it's just too difficult, or whatever it is. That's the thing that's been called on at this point in time. It's the very thing that will unleash you. Yeah. So I know for me, there's very specific things I don't want to hear. I don't want to know. Yeah. But once I know them, I have to embrace them. Once I embrace them, I can heal them. Yeah. And so one of the things that comes up a lot in these readings and when I do these cards is acceptance, the ability to surrender and accept life on life's terms and what it is. And this is a very key card to that. Is in order to accept the way life is, you have to embrace the things you don't want to see. And things. And so when somebody tells you a truth and you're like, oh, that's not what's going on. And somebody mentions something, there's a part of you that knows, and there's a part of you that is willing to face it. And so the call this week is a large call for courage of like, what do you need to face? Now, many of the times, people think this card is about facing something from the past. What's very interesting is the way it's been shown is it's about facing what's going on now, not the past, not what created something, not what's happened, but what is going on right now. What is the thing going on in your life right now that you need to pay attention to? What's the thing asking for attention, the thing that's calling you to pay attention to it? Realize everything that's going on in your life, you are creating in some way, colluding with in some way, needing in some way, or participating with in some way. And colluding is different from participating. Colluding can be through silence. Participating could be through action. But everything there serves. And so paying attention to what is going on in your life. So it's quite useful. I will see if I can post it, given I'm here in Namibia. I've got a wheel of life that shows the areas of our life and how much we are at peace with the various areas of our life. A bit more expansive than a traditional wheel of life. And that can be a very powerful tool to notice what is going on in your life at this point in time. So it's a very present card. It's about now, not the past. So the message then comes forward in terms of what support is available for us this week. So it's quite a deep reading tonight, all the way from Namibia, is call back your spirit. Call back your spirit. Sorry. So call back your spirit. It's a beautiful card when you have a look at it. You see the sort of, let me just get my fingers working the same way as the card is. We've got the spiral of life force. So when we have a look at these two cards together, turn and face anything you're avoiding and call back your spirit. When you are connected to your spirit, you feel energized, you feel alive, you feel full, you feel whole, you feel willing to embrace. It's like imagine plugging into something and like I'm on now. That's what calling back our spirit is about. It's about being connected to the life force within us. So when we have a look at this card and says turn and face anything you're avoiding, you can look at these areas, and I'll post that wheel of life of where do I feel like I am not alive? That's information. Where do I feel like I am alive, full, whole, on? That is information. So if something is diluted, it's not wrong, it's not bad, it's just what is it? What is it I need to be paying attention to? And so what am I entertaining, participating in, colluding, creating, supporting that may be keeping me separate from being fully me? And we do this a lot. We do this a lot. You know, we participate in conversations that are draining to us. We participate in relationships that are draining to us. I wanted to, more importantly, I was thinking about, or it was coming up for me, is that there's this huge thing about gaslighting, and gaslighting being a tool of control and manipulation, and really it's quite a sabotaging energy, and it's an energy in relationships where there's so much information about being gaslighted by someone else. And the thoughts I had when I was reflecting on something the other day is how we gaslight ourselves. How we give ourselves such self-limiting thoughts and ideas and beliefs that we end up gaslighting ourselves, dismissing ourselves, giving ourselves red herrings. Gaslighting is this energy of false belief systems, and how we do this essentially to ourselves, and that keeps us separate from our spirit. So where are you manipulating yourself into your lowest form of energy? What stories do you keep replaying to yourself that may not be helping you be the best version of yourself? Right, so very deep tonight. Hey, turn and face anything you're avoiding, and then call back your spirit. So the message of what opportunity therefore exists for us this week. Oh, I can't make this shut up. Remove the doubt. So I was just talking about the critic. I was talking about gaslighting ourselves. So remove the doubt is, where are you being called to act and you belittle yourself? In which ways are you making yourself small? Now, doubt is a very interesting energy. Doubt has got to do with the fact that we often don't believe we have permission, firstly. So what permission do you need to change? What permission do you need to shift? What permission is it that, and you don't need it from someone else. So please know when I'm talking about permission itself, I give myself permission to do what? To do what? I give myself permission to be what? What do you need to give yourself permission for? What have you tabooed and made so bad for yourself that it keeps yourself very disconnected from your spirit and participating in things that are not good for you? Yeah. How do you expand that? So here's the words I give myself permission for. If you want to share it on the group here, you can. I give myself permission for what? I give myself permission to be what? What is it that will set you free? What is the key to the cage that you hold yourself in? I give myself permission to believe in my voice. I give myself permission to own my talents. I give myself permission to speak up. I give myself permission to leave or go or stay or choose to do. What is it that would be the thing that would shift you? Yeah. And so doubt is this intrinsic energy that holds us with that voice of saying, who are you to do this? Who are you? And we know the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Marianne Williamson quote. It says, who are you not to? Who are you to not be brilliant, to be amazing? In fact, it is your right. Yeah. So this is really about embracing your magnificence. And as this energy portal is opening up for us, there's this really important place of embracing your light, embracing your gifts, embracing your brilliance. You are here on purpose. You are here with purpose. So when I say here, I mean on earth. There is no accident and nobody who's not here on purpose. Yeah? There we go. Sharon says, I give myself permission to be alive and live a beautiful life. Alex. I give myself permission to receive a reading. Oh, that is beautiful. All right, so let's go into the readings. Such a powerful message. I'm glad you... Oh, well, Alex, you made me laugh. So we'll start off. So I'm going to do the one-on-one readings now at this point. I'm going to start off with Alex because he gave himself permission to receive a reading. So why not? So if you'd like a personal reading, please just say me please or ask for a reading. If you want it to be a general reading, open general. If you want it to be about a specific topic, let me know. The way it works is I get called to give readings to those that are going to serve the greatest good of the group. So if I don't call you, it doesn't mean you're not loved. It doesn't mean I'm not seeing you. It doesn't mean you're not important. It just means you might have got a message through somebody else's. So pay attention to other people's messages. Right, so let's start off with Alex. Well, you made me laugh, my love. How are you? All right, let's give you a reading. Okay. So Alex, the message is coming forward for you, Alex. Be brave. Be brave. All right, so so Alex, when you notice this card, it's important for you to pay attention to what stands out for you first. What do you see on this card the most? What's the thing that stands out for you? And really, when you start to pay attention to that, the thing that they're showing that the thing that stands out is almost this, I don't know if we can call it a weapon, but she's got this bow and arrow. Now, maybe that is what you saw, maybe it isn't. It doesn't really matter. But the thing that they're bringing attention to at this point is this bow and arrow. Now, when you think about a bow and arrow, they're saying it's like it's about aim. It's about precision. With a bow and arrow, I have to aim at something and then I have to hold myself steady. And I haven't ever done any shooting with a bow and arrow, but the way they're showing it is like you have to be quite centered in your core, quite deliberate, breathing quite deeply, because the minute I breathe off or I do anything, then the arrow goes awry. And this is really the message they're giving for you, is that whilst there's this question of being brave, it's about what are you aiming for? What do you need to get deliberate about? Like there's almost this haphazardness, they're saying, that's going on. And so you're continuously wanting to have something change, but there isn't this permission to get focused, to get intentional, to aim for what you want. And so to ask for what I want, focus on what I want, know what I want, get deliberate about what you're aiming at. This is really, really important for you, Alex. So they're saying, start to choose. Stop waiting to see what's available and start to get deliberate. Start to choose. Start to focus on what it is that you need to be doing. So I hope that makes sense for you, my darling. It was lovely. Thank you for making me laugh. I really, really appreciate that. Right, let's see who's next. I don't scroll up, so just if you want to read and keep asking. Hello, Salome. How are you, my darling? All right. They pulled my attention to you, so let's see what your guides would like to tell you tonight. All right, Salome. Simon. Okay. The cards coming forward for you, Salome, is let yourself feel the pain. Let yourself feel the pain. So the way that they're talking about this is sorry, they're giving me a couple of messages. So the way that it's coming forward is in order to heal, like there's quite a physical process going on. So let me start with that. So they keep showing me like a physical wound. If I have a cut on my arm, ignoring the cut is not going to help it in the long run. I might have to just kind of pay attention to it and then notice what does it need. And maybe it needs a plaster, maybe it needs to be cleaned, maybe it needs some antiseptic ointment, maybe it needs something. So the body will always heal itself, but with support, it'll be better. And being able to notice what is the need, so allow itself to kind of work with this. Sure, there's a gaping wound. Let me heal it. Let me pay attention to it. And so in order to do that, I have to pay attention to it. I have to see it. I have to notice it. And in doing that, then I'm giving it the attention it needs. So I'm not looking at it and getting frightened by it. I'm not looking at it and saying, oh, it shouldn't exist. I'm saying, what does it need? And this is what's coming forward for you. It's like when there's something that is sore, the question of what does it need? What do I need? What support is necessary is really, really important. Now, the other thing that we can do is we can have a scar and then we tend to pick off the scar and that recreates the wound all the time. That's not necessary to do. This is wounds that are being opened up now. And there is this distinction they're saying for you between the difference between wounds that you're picking open yourself, self-inflicted wounds, and wounds that exist that require attention. Now, both require attention, but it is different attention. Yeah? If I keep picking open a scar and that causes me a lot of pain, well, then I need to give attention to what's my incessant obsession with the scar. Yeah? If this is a wound that's been inflicted, it's new, or reminding me of something else, well, then there's something else to shift. But there is this, what do you need to give attention to? What do you need to pay attention to? So I hope that fits for you, my darling. Sending you a lot of love. Love you lots. All right, let's see who comes up next here. Kelly Sue Sparkle. What a cool name. Kelly Sue Sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Right, let's see what your guys want to tell you. Kelly Sue. All right, so the card's coming forward for you, Kelly Sue. Everything that happens is an opportunity for your growth. Everything that happens is an opportunity for your growth. Okay. Kelly Sue, are you quite sad at the moment? Is there some kind of sadness? Some kind of unhappiness going on in your life? Just tell me if that resonates for you. There's just something going on. So Kelly Sue, if there's some kind of sadness, just let me know. Just gonna wait a second and see if something comes up from Kelly Sue. There's some kind of sadness going on. When I connect in with you, there's almost like this we get a very heavy heart. Okay, a bit of imbalance. Okay. So the message is coming forward, Kelly Sue, is that, and when I connect in with you, it's like there's this heaviness that descends over me. Not heaviness as in darkness, but heaviness as is like it's just it's like a very heavy heart. And the message coming forward is around something around you continuously are expecting something to be different to what it is. Like you want something to be one way, and every time it shows up, it's a different way. And this causes you a great amount of pain, sadness, unhappiness in a way. And so being able to look at it and say, okay, is my expectation flawed? Or is my reality flawed? Now, both of these can be equally true, because sometimes I may be expecting something to be different to what it is. And so it's an inability to face reality. And so when we can face reality and notice what it is, I can grow from it. I may not like it. I may not want it to be that way, but there's a need to face it. And so they're saying pay attention to where you keep thinking something could be different or should be different or must be different. And notice what it is. What is it you need to see? What is it that you need to face? That's clarity. That's being able to see things for what it is. And as difficult as that may seem to be, it gives us profound opportunity for transformation and to make a difference. So there you have it, Kelly. I hope that makes sense to you. Right, who's next? Samantha Becker. Samantha Becker. Let's see what your guides want to tell you. So if you're wanting a reading, please just keep asking. I don't scroll back up. So just keep asking, and also pay attention to other people's readings, because that's where the guides work with me, is they're giving readings to as many people as possible through the readings that are being done. Pleasure, Kelly Sue. Samantha. Okay, the message is coming forward for you, Samantha, is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Oh, thank you, Diane. That's lovely. Thank you. Samantha, let's just see how your guides want to talk about this. So the feeling I'm having, or the feeling that's coming up for me as I connect in with you and for your message, is that we keep being taken into like this cave. And in this cave, I'm sitting there, and it's dark and it's cold and it's damp in this cave. And I'm sitting there, and I it's almost this question of like, how do I get out? How do I get out? How do I get out of this dark, damp cave? And the interesting part is that the way your guides keep saying it is like you put yourself in there. If you went in, you can get out. And this makes simplistic sense, but something to worth notice that is that this walking into the cave is as important as walking out of the cave. Is noticing that I can change my perspective. I can change what I am focusing on. And there's something for you that's going on, Samantha, where you keep looking, and it may be a little bit of a life position, or it could be a specific event. They're not showing me clearly because we're online here, but there's something where, or in some way, you keep focusing on what you've done wrong, what's not working, what you know. I don't like these words, but it's the words that they're giving me, how I've been bad. You know? So I might have a day, and I look at the day and I go like, oh, what did I do wrong today? What didn't work today? Well, you know, what? And it's not so much a question, what could I have done better? It's just more, what did I do wrong? And this is a way that we put ourselves into a place of shame, a place of darkness, a place of misery. And many of us do this, as opposed to noticing, what did I do well today? What worked? Yeah, like, how am I amazing? Because both of these statements are equally possible, equally true, equally valuable. Just one has more obsession than the other. So again, when we're looking at this clarity thing, there's a permission to notice things for what it is. It's the ability to look at ourselves and say, okay, they keep giving me the question, what did you do right? What's working? What's going well? Rather than, what have I done wrong? What's bad? What's not working? So I hope that makes sense, Samantha. Certainly, if it doesn't make sense for you, I think it's a very powerful reading for everybody on the call, because it's something I see so many of us doing over and over and over again. Right, let us see who is next. So let's open this one. Marlene, please, can I have a reading from my mum? Okay. Oh, Samantha. Oh, you see. Samantha, you are very loved. Where are you? Oh, Samantha. You all need to go and write down a list of things you've done well today. Like, that's your permission. I give myself permission to notice what I've done well. Yeah. All right, Marlene. All right, I see all these people coming up. Marlene, I assume your mom has crossed. And that is why you're asking for a reading from your mom. All right, let us see what your mom wants to tell us. Marlene, your mom comes forward. And she's quiet. I mean, so firstly, your mom has to have one of the, I can't say the gentlest spirit, because that's not 100% true. I mean, she's quite, okay, I'm going to come back to Marlene. Samantha, you can see your way out. You just need to open your eyes, because it is. Just notice the message that was given to you about what you're doing well. Okay, Marlene, the way your mom comes forward, I mean, the way I wanted to say it first is that she's got one of the gentlest energies, but it's not 100% true. And so when I say she's got a gentle energy, she gets kind of like, you She was quite stubborn, your mom. She can be quite tough about things, but really, really a very loving energy, certainly towards you and family or the children. Like she's got a very, very generous heart, and that comes forward very strongly. And the message she's got for you is the following one: have faith. And the way she's showing things to me is it's like almost like you really lost belief in life in a way. Not life, that's not true, but belief in fairness, belief in the way the world works, belief in things. And so coming back to having faith, your mom was a woman of profound faith. She still seems to be a woman of profound faith. So she believes in, like she believes in God, and she believes in divinity. She believes in, very religious kind of soul is the way she shows me. Maybe it wasn't external, but she was deeply convicted in her belief system. And she really wants you to not lose faith, that somehow she wants to give the message that she's really deeply content. She shows me herself sitting. She's like, the way she shows me the way she is now, is she shows me herself sitting, it's quite weird, like in a circle with other women, and they're chatting, like it's almost like a tea party. She shows me like she's having a tea party, all sitting and having tea, and just chatting about things and family and what to make for dinner, and like this is the way she shows me where she's at. And often they give these messages a way of confirming the experience of life at this point. So she really wants you to restore your belief in possibility, to have faith that all is okay. So I hope that makes sense, Marlene. She sends you a lot of she says to say, I send love you, be a bit cliche, Carmel. Tess, please can Jade Mansfield have a reading? All right, so Tess is asking for Jade to have a reading. Let's see what they want to say to Jade. All right, Jade, I see you wanting a reading. Tess has asked for a reading for you. So let's see. All right, so welcome back. Sorry about that. Signal is signal. Mercury is in retrograde. We'll just blame poor old Mercury. All right, Tess, for Jade. Okay, Jade, the message is coming forward for you. Return to innocence. Return to innocence. Okay, Jade, so the way your guides come forward, I mean, if you have a look at this picture, it's one of the most precious pictures, isn't it? It's so, so beautiful. You see this little girl with all this paint all over, and so like it's messy and it's playful, and it really is about that. It's about playing more, Jade. It's about giving yourself permission to not be so serious all the time, and allowing yourself to just explore, to almost like I mean, if I could literally give you the image of finger painting, that's the way they're talking about it. I'm not finger painting like I'm doing it right. Just allowing yourself to play. Like the overwhelming message that's coming forward for you, Jade, is that you're approaching life with a very, very, very serious heart. And a serious heart is always in this, I must do it right, or I'm scared of doing it wrong. I must be perfect at things. I must, always be all together and prim and proper, say the right things, do the right things, all these sorts of things. And allowing yourself to just have some fun. Yeah? Have some fun. Have some fun. Please, 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 just have some fun. So that's the message for you, Jade. I hope that makes sense for you. Right, so welcome back. Sorry about that. Life happens, and I'm in Namibia, so I did warn you that the signal may not be what we need it to be. And also, it's Mercury retrograde, so like things happen. All right, so who wants to have a message next? Sharon Forster. Sharon Forster, right. Let's see what your guides want to tell you. So I hope everybody can find me online here, and those that need it will find me. Definitely makes sense, Taryn, says Jade. Okay, perfect. Okay, Sharon. It's time to give up. It's time to give up. Now, it's always confusing. You know, you sit here and the machine does different things the way I'm showing it. So it's time to give up. Sharon, giving up in this sense is not the way you're interpreting it. So they're saying that when you're seeing this message come forward, you're interpreting this as like something that is wrong and something that needs to be done wrong. But the thing they're showing that needs to be given up is the doubt. So if you go back to the original reading, where we looked at the weekly message from Spirit, and the third card was remove the doubt. This card is very much aligning with that message they're saying, is aligning with it's time to give up the doubt. It's time to give up the obsession with looking for what's wrong and what's not working, and allowing yourself to see, and again, very similar to some of the messages we've had this evening, to see what is working and to see what is going right and to see what you are enjoying and to see what is on offer, and allowing that to also seep into your consciousness, because whatever we focus on is what we create. I just posted a message today and said what you create creates you, because every time we create something, it's creating us, and every time, and that sort of infinity loop of allowing ourselves to notice what we're creating, and in your case specifically, allowing yourself to give up this worry, this overwhelming and it's it's like an obsession with what's wrong. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with the world? What's wrong with people? What's wrong with what's going to go wrong? What is, you know? And this is not to say it's wrong what you're doing. It's just to notice, is it serving? Yeah. And I would love to say, you know, many of us like want to then go into like, how do we face this? How do we deal with this? Sometimes we actually have to just I saw a meme my boyfriend sent it to me the other day, and it's a therapist, and he says, you know, he can solve everybody's problems in 3 minutes or less. And the client says, oh, how do you do that? And he says, well, you know, I have the same statement for all clients, and in 3 minutes they're out my office and they're ready to move on. And the meme goes on, it's this video, and he goes like, the client starts telling the therapist his problems, and the therapist goes, just stop it. Just stop it. And it's quite funny because, you know, it's not very kind to say just stop it. And it's not the way the message is coming forward tonight, but in many cases, for many of us, there may be something we're doing that we have to really, really, really learn to redirect. So when we notice it, instead of beating ourselves up with that, just stop it. It's more about, okay, if I stop doing this, what else could I do? And giving yourself like a redirect, like what's something else to do here? And again, this is what's working right, because it is exhausting you, right? I've seen your message there. It's exhausting. So Sharon, you're an amazing, amazing person. You are here because you're important, and you are here because you have a lot to offer. There is so much working well in your world. There is so much beauty. There is so much to value. This does not mean ignoring things that need to shift, but it does mean stop worrying about things that don't need to be worried about. Live in the current, not in the future. I hope that makes sense and doesn't sound too harsh when I say it, because you're wonderful. Jamison! Sharon, hello, my love. Let me give you a reading, Jamison. All righty. Jamison, everything serves. Everything serves. Seems the way they're showing, as I connect with you, Jamison, there's like a huge question mark that comes up. Yeah, start believing, Sharon. Yeah. So Jamison, like this question mark, it overlaps your forehead. Like if I had to put a question mark on my face, that's the way they're showing things going. It's like everything is questioning. And this questioning has a lot to do with why and what. What's going on? Why is this happening? 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 And the most important thing is about some questions don't have answers. Some questions just don't have answers. It'll make sense one day. And that's really what faith is about, is knowing that even when I don't know the answer as to how did this puzzle piece fit. I mean, if you're building a puzzle, and we see this picture here of this guy collecting puzzle pieces from the sky, and he's looking up and going like, what must I do with this one? Like, what now? What do you want me to do with this? Hold it, notice it, like it. I mean, if you've built a puzzle, you will know the process of often picking up a piece and you're like, where does this go? I don't know. And put it down, leave it alone, and then later pick it up. Where does this go? Don't know. Okay, this piece doesn't fit anywhere. Of course it does. It has to. It's part of the puzzle. It's part of the picture. It will complete it. But sometimes not knowing in the moment means put it down and wait for it to be shown. And that's about the patience of working with the way life is. And this incessant need to understand can keep us separate from building the other pieces of the puzzle that will actually make it all form together so that you can find how this piece fits. So I hope that makes sense, Jamison. I love you very much. You're a very precious soul, as you all are. Right, who's next? Taryn Volmer, great name. The Volmer part. The Taryn part. Great name. Oh, Cheryl, thank you, my darling. Love the analogy. Okay. Taryn Volmer. Please, please, please. I really need one tonight. Okay, Taryn, the message is kind of time reveals. Exactly, Jamison. Frustrating. Time will reveal it. Like, ugh. If only we all knew everything, yeah. But we don't. Okay. All right. Let's see. Sorry, I saw somebody's. Great names, Taryn says. You're 100% right. Speak your truth, Taryn. Speak your truth. There seems to be, I mean, the minute I connect with you, Taryn, there's a relationship thing going on. So they show a relationship. This could be a relationship in many aspects of your life. So it could be a relationship with a friend, it could be a relationship at work, it could be a relationship with a lover or family, but there's relationships. And in relationships, you have a tendency to withhold your ideas or withhold your needs, withhold what it is that you want. You're very, very accommodating of what other people need and not very expressive of your own needs. This is a pattern that has persisted for quite a period of time, and you may think you're expressing what you need, but you're not. What you're thinking and what you're saying are not the same thing. What you're feeling and what you're saying are not the same thing. So I might be feeling quite frustrated, but what I'm saying is like, it's okay. Yeah. What I might be thinking is, you're an idiot. I'm not sure if that's what you're thinking, but that's what I'm thinking. And what you're saying is like, I really like you. Yeah. And so whenever our voice expresses something that's different to what I'm thinking and feeling, we have some form of internal frustration. Now, we don't need to say everything we think, and we don't need to say everything we feel, but what is useful is to get more connected with what is that gap between the two. So if I'm feeling frustrated, what I may learn to be able to say is that I am really battling to grasp what's going on, and it's leaving me feeling frustrated. If I'm thinking someone's an idiot, I don't want to say I think you're an idiot, but what I might say is that I I I have thoughts going on that are distracting me. I'm not really understanding what you're saying. I'm not really comfortable with what's going on. Something doesn't gel for me. And so learning to get closer and closer and closer to expressing ourselves in a way that allows us to get more data. Because remember, your thoughts and your feelings can be distorted. They can be off track. But allowing ourselves to at least express it and ask for what we need. The most important thing that's coming forward for you, Taryn, is permission to ask for what you need. Do you need clarity? Do you need support? Do you need input? Do you need love? Do you need distance? What do you need? And allowing yourself to notice that and be able to connect with it in a way that you can start to express it is really important. So I hope that that makes sense for you, my darling. Right, Cheryl, room, let me see. So I think you've come forward a few times tonight asking for different kinds. So way forward, I think there was a relationship request. So let us see, Cheryl, what your guides want to tell you tonight. So if you've been requested to take a top fan badge, I'm not quite sure how that works on Facebook, but it seems to be that people get these things sent to them about a top fan. Do you want to be a top fan? It's really worth doing it. It's lovely to have you as it's lovely to have you all here, and top fans certainly, you'll get some more attention somewhere along the line. So we'll see what happens with that. All right. So Cheryl, own the part you're playing. Own the part you're playing is the card that's coming up for you. This has really been shown not in a destructive way. So own the part you play is often can be internalized as what I'm doing wrong, but it can also be internalized as what's working. What is it that I need to own? So, I see this happen so often for clients, and certainly the way that's coming forward for you is that things are working so well, and we start waiting for what's wrong, what must I do? But what are you doing that's creating the life you want? Because there seems to be something that shifted for you, certainly in the last 6 months, they're saying. And in that 6 months, something started to shift. And you're starting to generate more energy in your life, starting to create more possibility. And so allowing yourself to notice, what am I doing that's creating what I want? Yeah, notice that. It's like the pedal in the car. It's like the accelerator in the car, allowing yourself to move forward in a stronger way. So like notice, pay attention, pay attention. All right. I hope that makes sense for you, my darling. Very positive, she says. All right, Puvi Govender. Let us see what your guides would like to say, Puvi. Puvi Govender. All right, Puvi, it's safe for you to receive. It's safe for you to receive, Puvi. I was working with someone today, and there was this, they immediately brought this person into my mind, and so that's often got some connection, some overlap. And this person's incredibly lonely. It doesn't mean they're alone, they're incredibly lonely. And as I was listening to this person, talking to this person, whilst they were reflecting on that, similarly, what they started to bring up is their independence. And so there's a very strong identity with being strong, with being independent, with doing things myself. Yeah. And so now let's have a look at these two things together. Strong, I'm independent, I can do things myself, and I'm lonely. And so, like, these two things are related. They are related. Not in the cause effect of right and wrong, but in the energy of them. And so when we look at safe to receive, sometimes we need to break up with the need to be in control, or the need to drive things our way, or the need to be the giver. Is what do you want to get? And are you giving yourself permission to receive that? Is it okay? Receiving is a very vulnerable energy. It's not an easy thing for any of us to do. So allowing ourselves to receive what we want means that we may have to notice and break up with the thing we're doing that's creating what we're getting. Yeah, and that's what they're showing for you, Puvi. And it's, again, all the readings are for the broader group of everybody involved. It's like, what is it that you really want? And in what way are you not allowing yourself to get it? Yeah, not in the right, wrong way, just in that the pattern of behavior. So allowing yourself to see that. Right. There you go, Cheryl. Okay, so that brings us to the end of tonight. So we will be ending there. It's been an awesome, awesome evening. It's been lovely to share these messages of truth with you. I hope that they've resonated and that you found some perspective that is valuable for you. It's always an honor and a privilege. If you love these cards as much as I do, they are available for purchase. I will put up a link. They're available for purchase at a pre-order rate right now. The book is being written, it goes with them, and the book, the way the book's been written, is a series of questions for reflection around each card, and so you'll be able to get them by 1 September. They'll be sent to you, but at this stage there's a pre-order rate, so you get them at 100 Rand discount or something. I should know the discount rate, but details. So I will send it out, and if you would love your own set of cards to work with, they really are quite amazing. So I'm sending you all lots of love. I'll see you all next week, Monday. Namaste.